I just picked up the Flying Circus Early Access, and we will be flying the DR1 and the SPAD 13 to test everything out. I haven't flown anything World War I since the last time I flew Rise of Flight, which was quite some time ago. That's not too big of a bug. Let's go with single spawn point. Where are you? DR1. Yeah, it's right at the bottom. Sweet. Settings. Grime and von Richthofen. Of course we're going to take von Richthofen. Are you kidding me? We'll definitely take the inclinometer. I really don't think we're going to need anything else. Acrobatics. Meh. Fuel load 100%. I'll take bullets. Let's see how that goes. Ground targets, I'll make sure. Vehicles, maybe, just in case I feel like shooting at anything. We're going to start from the ground. Parked. Should I? Probably shouldn't start in Moscow. Is it Lapino that was supposed to be? Let's try this one. No, this isn't the right one. I think it was Lapino that was supposed to be the World War I simulated map. So we'll take off from here. This one's even got tanks too. Right on. Realism custom. I don't have any settings done for the DR1, so we'll have to figure this out. We'll learn as we go here. I think it's kind of interesting. I guess we'll start by saying that they chose to do. Oh, hey, my track IR is not working properly. Bear with me here. Hi, Sky. There we go. So the first two aircraft that they have released for Flying Circus is the DR1 and the SPAD 13, which is kind of logical considering how famous these aircraft are. The DR1 is easily the most famous aircraft of all of World War I. But the SPAD 13 is the quintessential Allied fighter, late war especially. It was a very good fighter, and I can see that it is for those reasons that they released these two aircraft first. However, I kind of have a bit of a disagreement with their reasoning for. I probably should. Let's do this. Let's go out, and I want to make sure I can put some external views on for this, because I don't think it would be fair really to do it without that. Where are you? Allow spectators. There. All right. I don't really like it because the SPAD 13 and the DR1 are not very good at fighting each other, mainly because they are so far on the opposite ends of the spectrum that if you set up a server for flying flying circus, you're not really going to have a great time because you're just going to have guys in SPADs trying to boom and zoom and guys in DR1s just turning circles around everybody who's in a SPAD. And you might have people in SPADs complaining about not being able to turn fight DR1s and people in DR1s not being able to run down SPADs. I don't think it's going to be very interesting until they come out with some new planes. Now, granted, this is early access, so I'll limit my criticisms to that as far as what they release. These are really awesome planes. They're very representative of this war in the public eye. So let's go with input devices. I don't need input devices. What I need is key mapping, because I think I need to make sure that I have a mixture control set, and I'm not sure that I currently do. Engine, I probably passed it already. Mixture control, engine 1 mixture control is there. There's got to be just a straight mixture control up here somewhere. Engines mixture control, there it is. I've got buttons assigned for it. I think I need to do an actual axis. There we go. Awesome. Wait, okay, that's joystick 1, axis P. There we go. Won't have to worry about prop pitch in this aircraft. So let's go ahead and check out our mixture. It's going to have to be 100% if it's anything like it was in Rise of Flight, and I don't doubt that it is. Let's go ahead and take a look around the aircraft here. Very beautifully modeled. We'll go ahead and do our little engine startup. One of the biggest gripes I had about Rise of Flight was how much longer it took to start rotary engines over inline engines, and that seems to have been nullified, because that engine started up really quick, quite a bit quicker than it ever did in Rise of Flight. So let's get in the cockpit and see what we can do. This plane is notoriously hard to fly in Rise of Flight because, well, aerodynamics wasn't exactly a thing back in the day. Hey, that's another revetment. I am not on the runway. I'm parked. That's right. Well, good thing it's a World War I plane. These things take off pretty quick. Seems to fly quite a bit like it did in Rise of Flight, which really shouldn't be all that surprising. Should probably come back on our mixture a little bit though. Where's my RPM? There's my tack. Increase our mixture until our RPM starts to drop, and then we'll come back. So 88% mixture seems to be a pretty good setting for this plane. You do have to use... That's weird. I'm losing my audio when I turn my head. I wonder if that's a bug, or if that's something with my setup. So I'm not getting any sound when I look to the left, and I'm losing it when I look completely behind me, but I'm assuming that's because it's not coming through my right ear. That's kind of weird. Climbs well, turns to the right, very stable. Much like it used to be. God, this thing just, you can crank this thing over. Can't wait till they release the Camel. Let's see, what altitude are we at? Let's get up to altitude and see if we can't do some stall characteristic tests. See if this thing really handles like it used to in Rise of Flight, or like it does in Rise of Flight. Still only at 600 meters. To get used to that again. Back in aircraft where 3,000 meters altitude was basically landing on the moon. I think 700 meters is enough in this plane. Alright, so we'll go pull back and left and see if we can't do a little bit of a snap stall here. Not really. Still have to do the rudder first with the... Yep, that's how you do it. No, when you're going to the left in the DR1, you always have to lead with the rudder. Otherwise, you get that stall characteristic where the nose wants to go up on you because of the rotary engine. And because this thing's got 3 wings on it and so much lift, it's a real handful in those left-hand turns. But you can get a really good snap stall out of it and roll into a split S really easily by punching or kicking the left rudder all the way down and then jerking back on the stick real quick, and that'll roll you inverted and you can transition straight into a split S from there, like so. That one wasn't quite perfect. I think we can do this to the left, or to the right as well. Yep, the right actually works the best. I actually just did a full 360 on that one. So if you're gonna snap roll, the best way to do it is to go to the right. Although you can do it to the left. But if you're gonna go to the left, you have to kick rudder well in advance of snapping back the stick. And one key to this too, when you're doing the snap roll, is the fact that when you first got done completing your roll inverted, there's a bit of a pause there because you lose a lot of energy. So you need to make sure you do that snap roll in advance, well before the enemy is in guns range, or at least before they've started shooting at you. Otherwise, you just end up kind of hanging there, right there, that 1 or 2 seconds it feels like, where you're just hanging upside down by a thread and not really going anywhere. You don't have the airflow over the wings to do anything. So you have to be careful about that, but I don't have a blip switch yet on this. Should probably make sure I get that taken care of eventually. Let's go back to the air base and try and see if maybe we can land this thing, or put it on auto level and check out our map here. So our closest trucks are going to be off to our right, which is just going to be over here. Let's run over in this direction, see if we can't strafe something. Let's see what these guns sound like and what their accuracy is. In Rise of Flight, the DR1, you could be deadly accurate with this thing at a very long range. Is it there? That's a bush. I think it said those trucks were going to be right here. Are they in town? I can't tell. Watch them be World War II trucks with an AA. Oh, there's something. That guy's kind of moving too. But it looks like he's a loner. Maybe a staff car? Let's go check him out. It's pretty difficult to keep stable at high speeds in this plane, although not impossible. The amount of forward stick that you need... Oh, hey, this blew off. As I was going to say, the amount of forward stick that you need in this to keep the nose down is nowhere near as much as it was in Rise of Flight. At least it doesn't seem that way to me. It seemed, from what I remember, that in Rise of Flight you had to use a load of forward stick to keep the guns, or to keep the plane level. In this, not, well, yeah, you still do have to use quite a bit, but it doesn't feel like quite as much. It doesn't feel as taxing. Maybe I'm just more smooth than I was when I first tried flying the DR1 in Rise of Flight. I don't know. But it's definitely a lot of fun. It feels considerably like Rise of Flight, which I guess speaks to the accuracy, or at least the fact that it's pretty much the same developers. So you'd imagine that they would be very similar. Everything seems to be modeled really well. I like the wood grain, or the striping, the textures. The leather looks really good there. Rise of Flight had, oh hello, not too much rudder. Rise of Flight had really good graphics, but this is a proper upgrade. I can't wait to start flying around in this in online battles with camels and SC5s, pups. Let's try and land this thing. This aircraft is ridiculously hard to land in Rise of Flight. In fact, I think you really couldn't land this plane without the blip switch in Rise of Flight. So we'll see how this goes, because I don't have the blip switch mapped at the moment. And I'm really coming in kind of hot. But at least we do have an actual paved runway, which is really nice. Something that wasn't very common in World War I, to my knowledge. So got a bit of an advantage here. Nice and easy. They want to yank back on the stick because we will more than likely come up off the ground. Now, go ahead and try and keep her steady. Sweet Jesus, we do not have, and we looped it. No, no, no. And we managed to save it. We did not kill our first DR1, although we got pretty close. Awesome. Well, that was pretty good. Let's try out the SPAD next. And then maybe we'll do a 1v1 against the AI and see how they do. We'll go finish, and we'll swap out the DR1 for the SPAD 13. Go into settings, Rickenbacker, Deslade. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. And Funk. That's a really good skin, but God, I'm a Yankee, so we'll go with Rickenbacker. What modifications can we put on this thing? Cooper bombs and a camera. Ooh. Camera for taking aerial photographs. Oh, that'll be awesome for oh Jesus. That'll be awesome for online. Let's do the like Aldous sights. Ooh, the balloon guns. 11.43 millimeter. That's some heavy weaponry right there. Let's not take those for now. In fact, let's not do the sight either. Let's just go as it is. And instead of being parked, we're just gonna go ahead and do the runway. Because this one's got a small takeoff roll, especially compared to World War II fighters, but it's definitely a lot longer than the DR1s. So here we go. Oh hey, we're already started. On the runway, so that's good. Where's our... That's a clock. There's our RPM. We won't be able to really tune our mixture until we get this thing airborne. Let's go ahead and take a look at the external view. You can definitely tell that there's a lot more detail in these planes now over Rise of Flight. Rise of Flight was a very good game, but this is a proper upgrade. I like the way the light kind of reflects off of everything. The just a little bit of shine off the wings there. The real detail in the texture of the skin. The sound is good. This one's got the inline. Very nice. I like the texture. Let me get this. I like the dirtiness on the wheels. And on the undercarriage, it's pretty well worn, but tastefully so. Very nice. All right, well, let's get this thing in the air. Very familiar cockpit. One of the biggest gripes about the XIII 13 is how big the wings are and how little visibility you really have off to the side. It's a huge vulnerability point for these planes. If you can come in from the right or the left flank, right down the 10 to 9 or the 2 to 3 o'clock, you can really surprise someone who's not paying enough attention. You can really surprise people who are even really good at looking for you if you come from that direction. Rudders are very sensitive compared to World War II fighters on takeoff. Holy moly. But we're rolling. And we're off. Without even needing to pull back on the stick, the plane just rolls on its own. And the wheels are still turning. I wonder how long that'll take to stop, or if it will. And I don't even really think that they would stop. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not a physicist. Let's get this thing down and try and trim out our mixture here. About 86 to 85% for the SPAD is a good mixture setting for down low, at the very least. And the one really good thing about the SPAD is that it flies like a proper plane. If you can fly a 109 or an LA5, you can probably fly a SPAD. There really aren't any quirks to it, although in combat you would fly this much more like a Focke-Wulf than a 109 or an LA5, because it is comparatively not very maneuverable. I think I might have to fly a World War II plane, because even the SPAD 13 is getting it. Maybe I might have to restart my headset. Yeah, I don't know, maybe restart the game. Anywho, let's go find that truck. Let's go test these guns. I'm just playing a little bit of forward stick to keep the nose down, to fly level at maximum throttle. Temperatures are... Hey, I can move the water radiator. We don't need the water radiator to be that far open. Don't have an oil cooler radiator, so we don't have to worry about that. Where are you, Mr. Truck? Should be over here somewhere. That's if it's in the same location. Maybe we should check our map. It's not in the same location. It's probably a good idea. There you are. Ooh, he's about to make it into the city. Can he make it? I don't know. It's gonna be close. I might have to snipe him between the trees. Yep, gonna have to snipe him. Nope. Got him. Pretty easy to be accurate with these guns from a decent range. I don't know if they're going to nerf that or not, but that seems to be quite a bit more accurate than it ever was in Rise of Flight. Of course, from this distance. Did I just reload? Oops, that's not the right one. My gun's jammed and I don't have my reload button. What's reload? There it is. It's the middle mouse button. Cool. Horch 3 or 830. Nice. Alright, well where's the other stuff? South of the airfield. Maybe we'll get some more trucks to shoot at. And nice compass here. Although with the compass in this plane, you don't have like a true heading mark, so you kind of have to guesstimate. In between those first two screw holes, or between the first two screw heads, is roughly your heading. Of course, this compass isn't extraordinarily accurate. But it's good enough, at least to assist in flying by waypoints. And landmarks, which is most of what you would do at below 2,000 meters. Okay, so let's see. There's the airfield. This is that road right next to the airfield. So we gotta look for that interchange and then continue south. That looks like maybe that's it. Is that looks like an intersection? Oh, that's the interchange right there. I thought. What the hell's that road? There it is. Yeah, alright. And then it stops there and goes south, and our truck should be right over here somewhere. See, how fast can we get this thing up to? I think like 2200 RPM was the maximum for this thing in a dive before you blew the engine up, which is really high for a World War I fighter. I think the Albatross, the Mercedes inline 6 and the Albatross was something like 1700 RPM, or just a little over 1700 RPM. So this one's in normal operation is way higher than that. Oh look, they pulled off the road away from the trees for me. Oh, how swell, sir. How very sporting of you. Let's see, which one do we want to take out first? Well, I suppose this guy would be our first candidate. Peppered him up a little bit, but nothing too major. Got him smoking, maybe? After the other guy. My accuracy is not what it once was. I didn't get the first guy smoking, but I did get the last one smoking. Run! Run for the hills! Sorry if there are any Iron Maiden fans who are now suffering from bleeding ears. This is actually really impressive. It's very stable. The only problem I'm having right now is making sure that when I come back to my gun sight, my head is in the right spot. to make sure that I'm lined up on my guns. So I come back around, you can see that my gun sights aren't exactly aligned, so I have to give myself enough time in my run to really, you can really get some rudder in. That's why I love strafing with World War I planes, because even if you come in a little bit off, you can use your rudder and really slide your bullets in. Boom. Come back around to the right. One last guy. What's our temperatures at? Temperature's a little bit. We'll come up to 65% since we're strafing and being slow. Boom! Lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Some low flying. You can never set a record for the lowest flight. You can only tie. And tying that record usually doesn't have very good consequences. Well, Immelman turn here, which would later be called a hammerhead. Very nice, very smooth. Up and over to a nice proper barrel roll. Yeah, that was a little scary. For a second there, I thought that Bush was an AA truck. I was like, am I about to die? A little mini heart attack going on there. Alright, let's see, let's work our way back to the base and land this thing. Oh my goodness. Hello, War Thunder. Oh sweet Jesus. This view is gonna make me nauseous. Where am I even heading right now? I need to head north. And to say east, I need to come left to go north. There's the base. Can we do some low flying in this view and not die? I'm not sure. I really don't know. I can't see enough in front of me. There we go. No idea what altitude I'm at right now. Okay, I got a shadow. That's good. I can see a shadow. Now I've got some frame of reference. Oops. Yo! Yes, a little difficult to fly from that view. I can't believe I didn't bite it there. I actually skipped off the ground. And it doesn't appear to have damaged anything. Which is phenomenal. Oh yeah, there's no way. Can I zoom out? No. Can I zoom in? No. Can I move? No. Wow, this is a really weird camera angle. just the way it acts. Holy moly. Yeah, I need to quit that. That's gonna make me sick. I mean, it's not really fast enough for the flyby cam. Alright, enough goofing off. Let's put this puppy down. Oh, hey, I changed my track IR settings by accident by hitting F7 a little while back. Probably doesn't help much. I really hate the smooth setting on track IR. It's just, it's too slow. It doesn't respond fast enough. I'm not really sure what it's there for. I was going to do a barrel roll in onto the runway, but yeah, I don't have enough altitude or airspeed for that. These things are kites, but they lose energy really fast if you're not careful. Alright, we'll land this, and then I think I want to do a fight from both the DR1 and the SPAD's perspective. So I'm full back on the stick, trying to dig the back end in, and also at first I was full right rudder, and then it started going the other way, and so I pushed the nose full forward, or pushed the stick full forward, and went full left rudder, and that prevented it from completely looping, but I did not go straight. Might have had something to do with the fact that I was landing with the wind. Probably didn't help. Let's go ahead and finish mission, and let's do some fighting. I'm sorry if people are entering in the chat. I don't have my chat up, so I can't see what anyone's saying. So if I'm not answering questions, I apologize. I can't see them. I will, once this video is finished, I'll post this to YouTube, and I'll go through and answer any questions that were in the chat in the comment section underneath the video. So let's go. I'm really tempted to just go to a furball. Definitely not P-39s and Yaks. But let's do a 1v1. And go DR1, yeah, versus a Spitfire Mark V. That'd be a great. How could that go wrong? A setting. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And let's go. I ain't scared. Jeez, what in the world's going on here? You know, this distance is very short in World War II planes, but it is very long to World War I aircraft. I'm not sure how I'm gonna fight this guy. Definitely need to keep my energy up, but I need to turn as well. I'm crossing underneath him. I did take a couple of shots there. He oiled me and hit my fuel tank on the first pass. Does he energy fight? Apparently. And in typical noob fashion, I'm just going to throw some lead at him. Am I leaking? I do have a fuel leak. But I've got plenty of fuel because we've got 100%, so I'm not worried about it. It said oil system failure, but I'm not really sure what that meant. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. The AI looks like he's, okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Now he's turning back around. But this is pretty much what I would do in a SPAD, other than the fact that, you know, I would have been climbing probably a bit earlier than he is. and I wouldn't turn around until I was above my opponent DR1. Although this guy doesn't seem to be necessarily turning into me. He's not running straight away from me anymore. I'm tempted to either put my nose down and go right at him, but I really want to maintain my altitude. First engine damaged. Alright. First engine stopped. That's not good. Well. Alrighty then. That was anticlimactic. Let's do that again, and hopefully this comes out a little bit better. I don't remember the DR1 being that fragile in Rise of Flight. And I don't think this guy's got balloon guns on. But I don't know, maybe he hit me more than I thought. How is spotting? Spotting planes isn't that hard. It's not that hard to see. He can easily put his guns up on me from here. Hit me, I dare ya. Nope. Ah! Am I shooting way too far? I am. Wow, you can actually overheat the guns too. That's nice. Oh, that's a kill. There's a dead pilot. Yeah, see, if that was a real good SPAD pilot, he never would have put his nose up underneath me and got slow like that. And the second he realized I was above him and rolling in onto a 6, he would have went straight for the deck and went high speed and just got the hell out of Dodge. Because these planes are so drastically different. I mean, the DR1 is such a turn fighter that it's almost impossible to turn against this thing with anything but a camel. Or maybe a pup. But I mean, even a pup isn't really going to be that great. And the SPAD is so much faster than the DR1 that there's no way for a DR1 to catch him. So, you know, the cat and mouse game that you got going on with these two planes is just kind of ridiculous. It all really depends on who plays their part best, who's got better SA, and who's better at shooting. Because the one thing with World War I planes is, even with a boom and zoom plane, unless you're really fast, or you catch your opponent at an odd angle, it's hard to get outside of their guns range without giving them a shot first. So even if you do a boom and zoom attack on a DR1, you better have some speed. One of the things that's really difficult against a DR1 is getting altitude over them, because the DR1 climbs like crazy. I put him off my right side. He's turning, I'm not really sure what for. Let's do a little experiment. Let's see if I can turn with a DR1 and a SPAD. Let's see if he wipes the floor with me or not. This ought to be interesting. Need some water or a shot of Jack Daniels, one of the two. Yeah, he's way above me. into him. He's gonna go vertical, roll, try and get our nose up. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Can we turn? Dude, there's no way. No way the AI is that flawed. Oh, he's picking out his tail feathers there. Wow. This is kind of embarrassing. I can only just not stay with him. Only just. Ah, damn it. What in the world did I do there? I don't know, but it didn't necessarily work out against me. It's another reason why the Spat is not a turn fighter. You do not have the visibility to do this. Such a huge blind spot, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna pull those left wings off eventually, damn it. Yeah, so this guy should have ate me up and spat me out about a minute and a half ago. Well, now he's turning. Maybe. A little bit. Not anywhere near as much as he should be. And here I thought the Spitfire was bad. The AI is really sucking it up here in the DR1. Is that a dead pilot? Did I kill him yet? I know I pulled an elevator off. This dude's in a real bad way. But not that bad, I don't think. Let's finish him off. Poor guy. How in the world is that pilot not dead? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, don't run into me. It's just only when the pilot is dead that he actually pulls a maneuver. Well, alright, now I want to see what this is like in a furball. Because the AI does act differently when there's multiple fighters in the air. 1v1 is a huge weakness for the AI in this game. We'll just do 4 SPADs. We'll go with the SPADs, and we'll give the AI the DR1s. And we'll go 0 there. Start. Alright, let's see what happens. This ought to be interesting. Pause. Oh hey, I'm on a runway. How in the world did this happen? Ah, I need to take off. Oh, sweet Jesus. What is a straight line? Where are they at? I think they're going to be up above us. They might be out in front. I can't tell. gonna have to watch my AI wingman. So AI always seems to know. I can never tell in these situations until I'm about to die. So these guys are nose down and turning. They're not flying on me. These guys are going really slow too. Oh, there we go. There's a contact. One? I thought we had 4. Or did they all split up too? I can't tell. I know the one's just off to the left over here. Looks like he's coming for me. Oh, there they are. There's a fight down low. I got one guy coming straight for me. It looks. Oh, nope. He's turning away from me. Or he's turning into me. One of the two. I can't really tell at this point. Got a hit on his undercarriage, at least. Looks like I might have smoked him. I can't tell if that's fuel vapor or just exhaust. Oh, that was a good hit. Looked like it was right in the cockpit. Where's the fight? Where's the fight? Where's the fight? There's the SPAD. Does he have anyone on his 6? No. Is this DR1 going to shoot at me from long range like a player would? Doesn't look like it. Someone just went by me right now. That was a DR... No, that was a SPAD going the opposite direction. A DR1 down there maybe? I don't know. There's someone shooting. That was a DR1 shooting at a SPAD. He's shooting at me now. Ow. Alright, so... at least our offensive... Wow, I don't know what that was all about. He had a good shot on me, and then he stalled it? Where the hell did he go? Oh, there he is. Whatever it wasn't very much of an offensive maneuver. Let's not spin it. Let's not spin it. Let's go ahead and roll it in on another DR1's tail, though. Got a hit on the pilot. He's dead. No, I'm about to die, though. No? No way. He's puffing black smoke, so his oil's hit. Is that another DR1? Yeah, that is another DR1 up high. Is that SPAD still on that DR1? Where the hell did he go? There's a SPAD. There's the DR1 in the sun. There's that guy. And I got a SPAD coming at him practically head on. Get a long shot on this dude. A couple of good long shots into him. I am nowhere near as good of a shot as I used to be. Ah, don't tell me I'm out. What did he lose? He lost something, I know he did. There's an elevator. Ooh. That was a good hit. Was that a kill? Looks like he's mortally wounded. That had to have been a kill shot. Yep, that appears maybe to have been. It's definitely not doing too well. The pilot's still alive at any rate. Is that a spad? That's a spad. That's a spad. Are there any DR1s left? Where's the DR1 that I hit? So I've got at least 2 spads in the area with me. I do not see a 3rd spad, nor do I see any more DR1s. Oh, there's the other spad. So I got 1, 2, and 3. 3rd's on my tail. It looks like that should have been all of them. Nope, nope, there's one more. There he is. Come here, ya fucker. I don't know how much ammo I have left, but probably not enough. Spray and pray isn't very effective. Really gonna have to get in close on this guy and concentrate my shots. But how close can you get when you're flying a SPAD 13 and you're trying to chase down a DR1? I guess this should be another gripe that I have about the AI, is that they can't really ever find an angle to attack, even when you've really outnumbered your opponent. They kind of fly around aimlessly. You see, I've got 2 spads down there, just flying around like they don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what? That's probably fairly realistic for most pilots, but because I know quite a few pilots in real life who are like that in game. There are more than a fair share of those in real life, I'm sure. Oh, this is going to make it easy. I think I just ran out of ammo. Or my gun jammed. Yep, I still have ammo. I can't believe it. Well, that was a fight in SPADs. That went actually very predictably. I got 3 out of the 4. I don't know what happened to the 4th one. Oh, random. That's why. And random. So maybe they were a bunch of idiots and noobs. Alright. Let's switch it up. And see, this should be... I thought the start was at 1,000 meters. It is at 1,000 meters. I don't know why it was runway. Let's try that again. At least if it does spawn us on the runway, we will be engine started. No, this time we are at altitude. And our opponent is straight away ahead of us. Climb, climb, climb. See what our wingmen do. The Fokker DR1 doesn't really have all that great a visibility out of it either, especially to the sides. It's not terribly hard to bounce itself if you come in from the right angles. But if you are going to bounce a DR1, you better be prepared. I think I've got one right here at my low 11 coming up at me. This is our first target. Hey, he's actually shooting at me. But doesn't have quite enough energy. Pulling in. One of the biggest gripes I can field about the DR1 is exactly how horribly unstable it is in a high-speed turn. Come on. There we go. Oh, nice. Wings came off quite nicely there. Is that a Spad shooting at me again? Yep. That was quite a long shot there, Mr. Spad. Here's another one coming at me. He's got someone else maybe on his 6. Did I hit him? I couldn't tell. The sun was right there. Jesus, you don't have to lead all that much at all on this plane. Goodness gracious. The visibility you have out of this thing without a gun sight and just the turn radius, when you get in close like that, you don't have to hardly give any lead at all. You can just hammer away at somebody. You really just tear them apart very quickly. Definitely tell why this plane was so well feared. Oh, got some hits. Come. Yep, I was too far ahead. Good God, would you die already? Alright, I think you did. One more. Yeah, this is just really boring. Ah, holy shit. Well, it's not boring anymore. Well, can we keep from dying? I don't think so. Maybe? Did we? We're still alive? Are you kidding me? We are still alive. My rudder's moving. Ha! I still have not died in World War I in Flying Circus. Alright, well, I guess that just about sums it up for this. These planes are really cool. I really can't wait for more planes. I don't think Flying Circus is really going to give us a whole lot of entertainment at the moment until the rest of these planes come out, simply because the 2 planes that they've decided to release are so ridiculously different that it's impossible to have a good fight in them that's entertaining in the slightest bit. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'm really looking forward to the rest of the planes. They've done really good so far. I'm going to go ahead and test my audio to make sure that it's not just my setup, or that it might just be a glitch in the game for my audio not coming in on my right side. Maybe I just have to restart the game. I'm not really sure. But at any rate, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, see you later.